welcome back to another riveting episode of Rebuilding the Nets. We are sitting at 17-16 on the season. I did skip a couple games here and there. Nothing major has really happened. There's your injuries that have happened recently, some call-ups. These have all been gone over, I believe. We're going to go ahead. Oh, I haven't even advanced the day yet, so. Auto-utilize him. Auto-utilize him. No, I have my scout set to auto. Someone in AAA. We gotta fix the AAA roster, apparently. Alright, in AAA. AA. Alright, we're sending Cole Freeman to single A. Wait. He has 28 D potential. He's just getting released. He's useless. AAA, who's getting sent down? We'll send down Jack Dunn because we just sent moves. Another stuff. There we go. Alright, let's go see if anything else has happened. There's the R's. Julio Rodriguez and Dylan Moore. Oof, that's rough actually. Let's see, anything else? Some recalls. Nobody. Jordan Lawler, Drew Van Hergen, Jorge Ruiz. Oscar Mercado. Anybody else? Chris Sale probably out for the year with torn MCL. That sucks. Anybody else? Matthew Barefoot. Barefoot's a name. That's awesome. Brian Ramos. A lot of these I just don't know. Man, there's a lot though. Yeah, I've already seen some of those. So, let's see if there's anything pending that we could possibly see. Ty Black, I'm kind of intrigued by this. He has a lot of experience under his belt. I could literally just throw him into my long relief role. Do I take a stab at him? He's cheap. Nah. Alright. We are going into our game 3 series finale against the Diamondbacks. Let's hope we can sweep them. They are 12-21. We are back into a winning record somehow. So let's see if we can do this. Trevor Williams is pitching. Let's see, anything here needs to be adjusted. Why is he playing against the righty? Oh, it's because he's hurt. Looks mostly good. Garcia needs a day off. And he's been batting really well, so he'll stay in that spot. And it looks good to me. There's your pitching matchup. Man, Zach Davies has been terrible. Alright. Let's do this. See you at the end.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Today, the finale of this 3-game weekend set. It's the Washington Nationals and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. So the Washington Nationals are in position to sweep this 3-game series with a win. So, Chris, what's their mindset heading into today?
Yeah, looking to go 3 for 3, Boog. They've already won the series, and now they can really leave their mark. It's all about having confidence, and that's what a team takes away from a sweep. So they're happy to win the series, but they'll really be riding high tomorrow with the win today.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. So just about set now. On the hill here today, Zach Davies. What do we need to know here?
Well, he tried to make it through the 5th inning last time out, but the pitch count just got too high. He ended up taking the loss. That's one of those you just have to shake it off, come back out today, and try to throw a gem.
2-2 down. Swing and a ball popped up. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 1 away. As we take a look at the Nationals lineup. An important piece, but a guy that's been struggling a little bit. They're DH in this one. Joey Meneses.
This is a player that hit well over 300 last season, and I'm sure he's getting a little lonely. He's used to being on the base paths, but clearly struggling this year, and you can see some.
Dives, but it's off his glove. Base hit.
He obviously put a very nice swing on that pitch and really drove it towards the gap, but I'm pretty surprised he only ended up on first right there. And it's kind of hard to say if there was some hesitation or if they just decided to play it safe.
Fastball for a strike. And the count 1-2. Vargas, the base runner at first with one out. Next one misses, and the count's even at 2.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just trying to straighten him up a little bit so he doesn't have as much outside plate coverage.
Swings through it for the K. He swung over top of the curveball.
The right fielder, Alex.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Alex Call, looking to rebound today. He was 0 for 4 last night. The pitch. That one missing inside. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. And he takes a strike.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. His second of the year, and it gives him the lead in the first. It's 2-0. He put a charge into that one.
That was a lightning swing right there, no doubt about it. When you're lacking velocity, it's so critical that you move the ball around, change speeds, even try to trick the hitter at times. But when you give up a home run right there, manager doesn't have a lot of patience because the velocity's not there to overcome and get the swing and miss.
The 1-2. On the ground to the left. And foul ball. Chavis drafted as a shortstop. First inning and already up to 23 pitches. He swings and hits a fly ball center field. He's got it, and that ends the inning. Nats pick up a pair in the inning on this 2-run homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game. You're dialed into the show. Welcome back. And on the mound here this afternoon, Trevor Williams. And Chris, he's a guy that gets better when things get tough.
Yeah, his batting average against is actually better when he's in a jam. So we'll see if he continues to dance his way out of danger.
And now 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location. He found a way to just get it by him.
Here's Ketel Marte. And a foul ball, he stays alive. The 1-2. The punch out there. Definitely not a partay for Ketel Marte. 2 outs, base is empty. And it's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Big time power the other way. That's a base hit. And that extends the inning.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. And you can feel this crowd waking up a bit here as the guy.
Now this one is hammered way back there. On its way and gone. And we are tied. He sends it out of here. It's his 8th home run of the year. It's 2-2.
He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there.
You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
Next one just misses. Now 2-2.
Well, with this many pitches thrown here in this first inning.
Got him swinging. Blew the express right by his bat for strike 3. D-backs at a pair on the homer. And we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. Back here at Chase Field, second inning set to go. And it's the catcher for the Nationals, Rebirth Ruiz.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
There's a swing and a drive. And it's gone. He powers one out to right field. His 4th home run of the season. It's 3-2.
Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Base hit.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Here's Lane Thomas. Pitch misses outside. And a count 2-1. Kicks and deals. And that's in for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
The 2-2 now. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 2-2. On the ground right side. 4, 6, 3. And they turn the double play.
Well, a very fast developing play right there. No margin for error. Nice double play on a fast runner up the line.
Now it's Dominic Smith. 3 for 7 in the series so far. The next offering misses. And the count is 3-1. And a strike in there. And he grounds one to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 1 in the inning for the Nationals on the solo homer. It's back here in the desert. Here's the power hitting catcher, Gabriel Moreno. Next one is off the plate. 2-1. And that's outside. 3-2 now.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Popped in the air, left field, and it drops in. So a man on base to start the inning.
That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough. But right there, it just died and found a way to drop in on the green stuff with base hit.
Over to second for 1. On to Smith. 2.
Batting it, the right fielder,
Alec Thomas now. Next offering is in for a strike. Bounced out to short. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Looked to me like he kind of let the ball play him instead of playing the ball, and it just ate him off. The hands get stiff, and even the best infielders make these kinds of mistakes. You just have to learn from it and move on.
Now a high fly ball out to left center. Thomas under this one. Makes the grab, and that is that. 1 left for Arizona. They're down. Top half of the 3rd inning. Here's a speed threat, C.J. Abrams.
It's good speed at the top of the order here. You want to get it on, see if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases and pick up a run.
Swing and a high fly ball to left. And there's one down. And now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Ildemaro Vargas. Singled and scored his first time. Inside, just missed. And the pitch is in for a strike. Now 3-2. And the righty deals. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Pulled the string on the changeup.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Now at the plate, Joey Meneses. 2-1 pitch is in there, and the count is even.
This is important. If he can go 1-2-3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
Hit hard, that gets through.
The batter, the right fielder.
And now the right fielder, Alex Call. He's already homered in this game. And the right-hander deals. That's a strike. Meneses off of first with 2 away. Hard hit left side. That's out number 3. So 1 left for Washington, but they're up 3-2. And welcome back. Stepping in the long ball threat, Josh Rojas.
Third baseman, Rojas.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. Chavis hauls it in, and there's 1 away. Ketel Marte up to the plate.
The second baseman, Ketel Marte.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. One down, base is empty. Smoked into left, base hit.
Now batting.
Here's Gurriel. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far.
He's gone off speed. He needs to elevate here with 2 strikes out of the zone.
Slice to right. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there are 2 down.
Up next to the Diamondbacks, the first baseman.
And now it's Christian Walker. He's 1 for 1 with a 2-run homer his first time up. That one hammered center field. That's back there. Drops in for a hit. Couldn't run it down. Across is the runner from first. It's 3-3.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI.
Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
This is Corbin Carroll. He's 0 for 1. The 2-1. On the ground, right side. Over to Smith. Inning over, and it could have been worse. D-backs with a run-scoring double. We're tied now with 3 apiece. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Welcome back. Start of the 4th. Here's Chavis now.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Next pitch inside, and now 3-2. The Diamondbacks with some movement in the pen. Cole Sulser up and throwing for manager Torey Lovullo. Vargas getting cranked up as well. Out to short. Gathers and throws to first. That's the first out in the top of the 4th.
Now batting, the catcher, K-Birds.
Here's another look with StatCast Singy. The throw needed to be strong to beat the runner, and it was.
Yeah, that play was close, and I think we need to credit that 88-mile-per-hour throw as the difference maker right there. That's just impressive.
And now it's Keibert Ruiz. 1 for 1 so far today with a solo homer in his first at bat. Misses outside, and that's ball 3. And he walked him.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
Now batting Jamer Candelario. Single to right in his first trip. One now. Now fly ball to right center. Fletcher settles underneath it. Makes the catch. That's out number 2.
The center fielder, number 28, Lane Thomas.
Lane Thomas digging in for the Nationals. 0 for 1 so far. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. In the air to left center. Carroll brings it in for the third out. Nationals leave 1, so no change in the score. It's 3-3. Back here at the ballpark, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Gabriel Moreno. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. And that's a foul ball. Next pitch is outside. Swings and lines a base hit into left field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and lifted into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
Got him! Down on strikes, and he knew it. Now here is Alek Thomas. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And puts the squeeze on that. And there's 2 down. Next to hit for Arizona, Diego Castillo. Kicks and fires. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup.
I think the key is arm action on the changeup. When you can sell it like a fastball, you drop the velocity, you get the swing and miss, and you walk off the field.
So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Cole Sulser. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Dom Smith stands in. 0 for 1, he grounded out in his first at-bat. That one called a strike. And a count 1-2. High fly ball out to center field. Castillo drifts towards it, and that will fall. And that turns the lineup over. And that knock bumps his hitting streak into double digits, Chris. He's hitting 10 straight.
Yeah, and on a nice trajectory, average going up, OBP, everything he's doing at the plate right now just seems to be working.
Here's C.J. Abrams to hit. Next offering is in for a strike. Nobody out, runner at first. And that's outside. In the air, left field, and that one gets down. Fair ball. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
Well, that was an important at bat in this game, so a great job there stepping up to the challenge. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Stepping in, Ildemaro Vargas. Marte throws to first in time. And that is a big first out.
No, he didn't recognize changeup earlier enough. Got out in front a little bit, rolled over on it, and beat it into the ground.
So two in scoring position with one out. Joey Meneses digging in for the Nationals. Second and third here, one away. So now 1-2.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Huge strikeout there.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big two-out at bat coming up now.
Now it's the Nationals cleanup hitter, Alex Call. He's already homered here in this one. That misses, and it's 2-1. At the belt and fires. Slider clips the zone. Smith at third. Abrams on at second with 2 down. Squirts away a little bit. Catcher has it, fires to first. In time. Nicely done. They get out of the jam.
Couple of strikeouts with runners on.
Back here at Chase Field, here's Josh Rojas. Swing and a line drive, base hit out of the center field. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Down to number 2 hitter, Ketel Marte.
Really good piece of hitting last time, going to the opposite field.
Next offering is downstairs. And he flips a breaking ball in there, or a changeup.
Either one. Something off speed. Good arm action on it, whatever it was. Well, we've seen this recipe cook up a big inning plenty of times. 2 runners on, nobody out, and they're in the heart of their order. It's just a great opportunity to put up a cricket number.
Base hit into right center. Heading for the plate. 1 runs in. Coming home. Throw home, not in time. The run scores. 5-3 now.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. New pitcher on now, Paolo Espino.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Next pitch downstairs, and the count's full. This one blasted deep to left, way out of here. Home run. That was a moonshot, and they tack on to their lead. It's 7-3.
Well, that one won't stay below the radar. That made a lot of noise.
We weren't sure it would ever land, and 460 feet later, it finally did, as we get a look at StatCast.
Well, StatCast was invented for home runs just like this one, and he had some ridiculous bat speed on that swing, man. Everything was synced up. The backspin was incredible, and that's why it went a long, long way.
Fires to second too late, and he's got a double.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
So a man aboard, and here's the catcher, Gabriel Moreno. In the air, out towards left center. Chavis squeezes it. Runner tags up for third, and he's in safely at third with one out.
Up next for the Diamondbacks, the center fielder,
Dominic Fletcher stands in now for the Diamondbacks. And what a two-way player, not just offensively, but as good a now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance, and it hits the base of the wall. He pulls into second, and a run comes in to score.
Seeing some good swings from him right now with consecutive extra base hits.
Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
And now it's going to be Alec Thomas. Up the middle, Abrams. To first, play is made, 2 out. And now here is Diego Castillo.
And Boog, I'd say he's due.
Ruiz makes the play, and that'll back here in the desert, and now it's Michael Chavis. The next pitch misses. Ball 2.
Well, they kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against it.
That one in for a strike, 2-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the hitter, lowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous 2-strike pitch.
And here it comes. And that one hammered. That's back there. Stretches out and holds it in.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really fun to make.
2 outs, base is empty. Up now for Washington, Jamer Candelario, 1 for 2. In the air, right field. And that is that. Nothing across here this half. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. And welcome back. Bottom of the 6th. Here's the Diamondbacks leadoff hitter, Josh Rojas. 2-1 pitch is in there, and the count is even. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. That's out to center field. 1 down.
the batter, number 4, second baseman.
Here's the second baseman, Ketel Marte. Here's a 1-1. Good eye right there. There's a strike at the knees. 2-2. And he deals. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Whips it to first on the run. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Here comes a pitch. Here's a high fly ball out to center. He's there. He's got it. And that's the inning. And the Diamondbacks down in order. But they Miguel Castro into the game.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
Number 50, Miguel.
There's a 1-1. Good eye right there. Activity in the Arizona bullpen. Mark Melancon up and throwing for manager Torey Lovullo. The 2-1. There's a strike. Battling here as he fouls it away. The The 2-2 on the way. Stays alive. In the air, right side. Fair ball. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. Throw is offline, and he's got a double.
When you pop a ball up like that, you don't expect it to get you a knock too often, but right there, somehow he got it to drop in behind first base, and that's where no one could get to it.
So, man aboard, Dominic Smith digging in for the Nationals. Left-hand batter waits. Gets the slider in there for a strike.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
1-2 here. It's in and out of his glove. Knocks it down.
No, the throw was right there. He just dropped it. Didn't look it into the pocket. Maybe had a little late movement on it and hit the heel of the glove and just clanked. One of those errors where you kind of can't believe it when you do it.
Now a bunt towards third. He's safe. On with a bunt single.
This was the perfect spot to drop the bunt for a hit. I mean, he used his bat as a tool up there to direct the ball exactly where he wanted it to go and look smooth doing it at the same time. Really well done. And the defense right there stood no chance.
And the batter now, Ildemaro Vargas. Right-handed reliever gets a piece and stays alive. One, two now. Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. One run across. Another scores. 2 runs in on the play.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
So out of the pen for the Diamondbacks, Mark Melancon.
He's got a wicked breaking ball in his arsenal, and it's definitely one of his go-to pitches when he needs an out.
Digging in, Joey Meneses. Next offering misses, and it's 2-1.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
That one in for a strike, 2-2.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play. With 2 strikes, some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch, make the best pitch you possibly can, and let the result be whatever it's going to be.
That's a base hit as a run scores.
Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Next to hit for the Nats, Alex Call. 1 for 3. And a 1-1. Next offering misses down and away.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Michael Chavis waits on deck. And a 3-1 on the way. And that one is in for a strike. Vargas at second. Meneses on at first with nobody out. Yeah, there's ball 4.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes, especially in spots like this. Make the team earn their way off.
A 1-1. That one missed.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
All loaded up. Dangerous hitter at the plate. Fouls one off. 2-2.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
Next one misses. 3-2 now.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter at this point in the ball game. You know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it.
Ball 4, and a run comes in to score.
Well, all tied up again, and that's a pretty rough way to give up a lead. It's just kind of a gut punch for the entire team to issue the free pass right there.
Bases loaded, nobody out. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Hebert Ruiz. Falling behind 2-1.
Berg, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
High in the air, out to right. He's under it. Drops into the glove. All 3 runners tagging up. Save! He'll score on the sac fly, and this game is tied in the 7th.
So many times that one gets out of here and into the seats, but he'll take the sac fly RBI. Good job to get that run in from third.
Andrew Chafin enters the game.
And never an easy situation coming in with runners at second and third. He's got a base to work with, so he doesn't have to be perfect, but he does have to make some quality pitches.
That one's in there, and it's 3-2.
Definitely a strikeout situation right here. Lots of ways for that go-ahead run to score if the ball's put in play.
That one to first, and he takes it himself for the out.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
And now the center fielder, Lane Thomas. Got to be careful with a slugger like this because he can turn it into a 3-run game in the blink of an eye. So with second and third occupied, they go for the intentional walk. Base is now loaded, and there's a force at every base. And here's the first baseman, Dominic Smith.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
The pitch. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Swung on, belted. That one's got a chance. And caught on the warning track. But they score 5, and we are starting over again. 7th inning stretch time. We are deadlocked at 8 apiece. Now on the mound for the Nationals, Hunter Harvey.
Well, he's having an excellent season so far. ERA is under 2. A lot of flexibility coming out of the bullpen.
So digging in, Christian Walker. And the way he's going in this one, we've been waiting for his spot to come around again.
All right, listen, everyone. Stop what you're doing right now. This guy's got 2 home runs already. Now he's going for number 3.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike 3, but when you're pumping high 90s, you'll get away with some of those. More margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport. And I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
And there's 2 away.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
Here's the catcher, Gabriel Moreno. Fights it off. He'll see another. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. 2 down, nobody on. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make a call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
And that squirts through. And that moves the go-ahead run to scoring position with 2 gone. Now up next for Arizona, Alec Thomas. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see a visit from the pitching coach here. Just to remind him, focus on the hitter. Don't worry about anything else.
That one is absolutely belted. Oh! That should fire up the dugout. His first homer of the year, and they lead it. It's 11-8. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot.
On the ground, Abrams. In plenty of time to first, out with room to spare, and that's the inning. But the big blow of the inning comes right here. A 3-run homer. 8th inning coming up. Major League Baseball is on the show. Welcome back, and the batter will be the shortstop, C.J. Abrams. The Nats in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
To third, Rojas. Tosses across to first. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Oh, Boog, we talk about how the ball is coming out of the pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
And now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Ildemaro Vargas. And a pitch. And that one hit to first. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th.
Joey Meneses.
Next to hit, Joey Meneses.
Really nice swing in his last at bat. Shot a line drive into center field.
Called strike, a sinker at the bottom of the zone. The 1-2. Got it. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nationals go quietly. Now the pitching needs to keep them in it. They're down 11-8. Tanner Rainey on the pitch here.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Swing and a ball popped up. A little bloop single. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Multi-hit game for him now, and with the lack of results he's been having lately, I'm sure he's feeling some relief. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater. Man at first. And next is the Diamondbacks DH, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. And a 1-2. And he chases that one. That's the second out.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts. So
hammers that one deep left field and forget it. He flexes his power with that swing, and they add on. It's 13-8.
He's putting on quite the show at the dish here in this one, and he's just so locked in with this swing, and he's just not missing right now. 3-homer game, man, it's so special. And I tell you what, it's a lot of fun watching him pull it off as well.
Next pitch misses. 3-1.
3-1.
Pop up here, third base side. Abrams makes the grab, and the inning is over. But two come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this two-run homer. All set for the start of the inning, and here is Alex Call.
Alex Call.
That's ripped, base hit, and that's going to roll to the wall. Makes the turn and heads for second. In safely, it's a double, and his second hit.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Absolutely hammered that baseball very loud coming off the bat. 107 was the exit velocity, and at that speed, it's going to be a great result more often than not.
So a man aboard, and it's Michael Chavis at the plate.
Well, no base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard, because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seems to help. Never helped me.
Off the mark there. The count now 2-2. Call at second with nobody out. Ground ball up the middle. Fires to first on the run. Now one gone in the ninth.
Up next for Washington, the catcher,
Hebert Ruiz digging in for the Nationals. A switch hitter batting right. The 1-1.
Hey! 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Runner on at third, one gone. In the air, center field. And that's a base hit.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. When you flare a ball out behind second base, it's really a tough spot for anyone to get to, and you're never trying to do that as a hitter, but when you do, I tell you what, you're yelling at it the entire way to get down.
And now, Jamer Candelario. The next offering misses. 2 balls and a strike. Back up the middle and a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
Couple of singles back to back. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
So a lefty out of the pen, Joe Mantiply.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Throw to first, ball game. And the Diamondbacks salvage the finale of this 3-game series.
I'd say you're lying if you say you don't feel a 5-game losing streak. This W definitely helps them relax a little bit and take some of the pressure off from it going to a 6,
Great
7,
pitching,
or even an 8-game
great
losing
hitting.
streak.
The 13-9
Just kidding.
final score in this
Terrible
one.
hitting.
For Chris Singleton and our entire
Actually, great hitting.
crew here at
Terrible
MLB The
pitching.
Show, I'm John
I
Shambi
mean,
saying
that
so long.
was ugly pitching. Trevor Williams was terrible. Espino was terrible. Hunter Harvey was terrible. Rainey was terrible. Hitting was good. Chavis still doesn't have a hit, which is hilarious because he's still getting RBIs and on base. Ruiz and Call had a home run. But pitching-wise, God, it was terrible. Harvey, inning 3 earned. Espino, 2 innings, 2 earned. Williams, 4 innings, 6 earned. Rainey, 1 inning, 2 earned. Ugly, ugly, ugly game. Christian Walker hit 3 home runs off of us. It's awful. Awful, awful, awful. I don't know how to recover from that. Whew. What to do, what to do. I'm going to ponder this. See you all next time.